Friendship supreme. Friendship supreme. Finding the geek within.
Hey everybody, my name is Michael.
My name's Cleve.
And welcome back to a mysterious episode of Friendship.
Right.
We're the podcast that dares to ask, did the world need a rated R Scooby-Doo?
I think yes. I don't think it was this one.
I agree.
Is that fair?
I said, how cool would it be to have an adult Scooby-Doo? Because like we grew up with it, so like it would make sense, and we're definitely the generation that would bite on that. I agree. I don't think this is it.
Nostalgic as fuck.
I don't think this is it. We are talking about Velma today. Just released.
Episode 1 and 2.
1 and 2. And I was almost hoping we were going to go with a Scooby style episode, like episodic like momentum, like each episode was going to have an issue and solve. We've had 2 episodes and we still haven't solved the current mystery that exists.
So you were hoping it was going to be a case-by-case, episode-by-episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could deal with the sub-drama outside of the cases, but would have liked there to have been some sort of resolution at the end of some episodes, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, most cartoon shows are not cliffhangering us. You know, I don't know. Maybe there.
Right. Well, I mean, X-Men did. But I get you.
Spider-Man, you'll never know.
I agree. I think that, well, like we do all these things, it's too hard necessarily to judge on just 2 episodes. Fair. Will I watch the rest of this?
Reluctantly.
Probably. But it will probably be like, I'm going to let a lot of episodes air. I'm not showing up on Thursday to watch this show.
That's fair.
There were things I liked. There were things I didn't like. I could give 2 shits about changing the race of any character because none of those characters' races mattered.
No, I agree.
In fact, I liked most of the people that are in it.
Hit like and subscribe, guys. If you don't do it, I'll come to your fucking house. I didn't understand that Daphne was supposed to be Asian until she said, "I'm Asian."
She had a bit of a look to her. It was,
I guess I missed that.
Subtle.
Yeah, but she just looked tan to me at first, and then I was like, but
she's voiced by Constance Wu, who I love.
I agree. I don't think there was an issue with that. I thought it was weird. The character Norville is weird to me, considering we didn't have a problem keeping the same characters all throughout the whole thing, except for him. And I don't know why. We didn't necessarily have to have him. We could still have him be the anti-Shaggy that he is right now, but just be Shaggy, and then it would have some sort of... I mean, it's not like Fred is Fred that we know, and it's not like Daphne is Daphne we know. So, like... Maybe
he will get on some drugs and then be like...
I want you
that
to call me
kind
Shaggy.
of Shaggy.
That's fair. I'll say the positives.
Right. There are some positives. There's some.
I think the art style is nice. It's reminiscent of Harley Quinn, which we going into this knew that it was going to be compared to. I think there are some nuanced jokes that are funny. I think some of it's funny. I think some of it's hit and miss. Like there are some jokes that were given that I was like, okay, sure. It feels like a low, cheap, late blow almost. A lot of the jokes felt like this would have been funny 2 years ago. we're past like we've
I think it's interesting because remember they showed these episodes at D23, I believe. No, not D23,
Comic-Con
but
maybe.
like Comic Con, maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
like they showed two of these episodes, and everybody thought it was great. So I mean, these jokes have been sitting there this whole time. Maybe that's
Yeah.
why they didn't hit as hard as they did.
Yeah, and it wasn't
Um,
like I can't think of anything specific right now that was like but like it just like or the Pretty Woman, the 10 Things I Hate About You, or whatever the that trope of I've made myself prettier and now everybody loves me. Like all right, like we've done that way too many times. In addition, I saw an interesting perspective on it that I didn't think about is that Mindy Kaling has this habit of making Indian girls seem unappealing and unattractive and like very stereotypical. Like the bad stereotypes that they have, she really feeds into that. And this kind of did that where like they were talking about they said like something about her hairy arms and like they had said a couple things and it was stuff that
yeah.
like Mindy Kaling is known for feeding into. And if anything, it kind of fought backwards with the whole like maybe we don't need to just shit on women to make us feel better. I don't like here's this opportunity to not be shitty, and we were shitty anyway, and it was for what gain? It wasn't commentary on necessarily Fred, who is the current like we want to make a statement about how shitty white people are. Like it wasn't necessarily against Fred. It was just kind of hammering down on a minority that already gets hammered down for those things. And I thought it was interesting.
Punching down, as
Yeah.
they say. It's weird because I think she is funny.
Mindy Kaling, she can be funny. Yeah.
Yes. I have never really liked any of her projects.
Like the Mindy Project.
Yeah. Like I very much do not like that show. And I understand that show is not for me. But
I think this one's supposed to be for us. If I'm being honest.
yeah. And I mean,
despite the joke about how only stoners watch cartoons still.
yeah.
But
Yeah, weird little
saying,
blows like that. And then make a show for those people to be like, y'all are fucking stoners. Like it feels, I don't know, it feels weird.
It was no, keep going. Sorry.
Definitely a Velma show because there's no Scooby.
No Scooby.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know that I needed her childhood to be so shitty. I don't feel like that super brings a lot.
Nope. You mean the fact that she drank alcohol as a child because she thought it was mommy's magic juice?
Yeah. Or, that she thought her mom was great and then she like left and
She was actually shitty and yeah.
But then they retcon that immediately. I don't know.
I think you and I
we're adding mystery, I guess, to it.
Well, and the ghost kind of supposed to look like her mom. I think the demon that's haunting her.
I do like the crippling fear thing that she keeps getting hit with.
Yeah,
I think that's
interesting,
cool and interesting. Yeah.
The other thing that you and I had talked about previously before watching it, when it was getting hyped up that it was coming out, was there were some people that basically said this felt like a project that Mindy Kaling was like, hey, this should be a thing. And then they were like, no, I don't think so. And they're like, but what if Scooby-Doo? And they're like, oh my God, fucking do it. Because it's like, it doesn't.
But what if it's a Scooby-Doo show? Oh, we own Scooby-Doo.
It's like, doesn't jive at all. The property doesn't. And doesn't feel like it makes sense for any of it. And like you said, I mean, I'll go along with it and I'll see where we go.
Because it could turn around.
It could.
You know?
It could definitely
there are a lot
win
of
me
shows.
over.
The first episode, I'm like, okay.
Agreed. And so it definitely could end up winning me over. I think, weirdly, despite my original opinion, of this other show. I think that mostly I'm just disappointed we're putting effort into this show and not Clone High.
Yeah.
Because this could be Clone High and I'd be fucking laughing my ass off.
Could be Clone High.
I'd be laughing my
It's
ass
funny that
off.
you say that. Yeah.
This be fucking hilarious. I don't know. It's different. Like I think it needed to be approached differently. I don't think that you can just slap anything on and be like, oh yeah, that works.
Because I guess what is this adding? You know what I mean, to the franchise.
And I'm not even a Scooby-Doo fanboy. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the Scooby-Doo property, but like, it just doesn't feel like it's an addition to anything. Like because people got pissed off about Harley Quinn when the show came out because it was semi-different. It was more like new 22. Yeah, new 22. New 20. It was more new
52.
Huh? Oh, 52. Thank
52.
you. I was like, yeah, 22 felt really low. A new 52. It was more new 52 era of Harley Quinn where we've left Joker and we're more independent and we're gonna do our own thing and and there is a drove of people that don't appreciate that type of Harley Quinn. It's crude, but like it's of the level of crudeness that makes sense. And it adds to her character and it uses the properties well enough to tell a story that is cohesive. And this doesn't feel like that yet. It's random. If we wanted to be like, here's two friends that were friends and then they stopped being friends because one became popular, it's tale as old as time. I'm on board. Cool, great.
Yeah, can buy that.
We made out. And I think that is just I don't care. Like, it's not that I was against it. Shit, I think that might have fulfilled a fantasy of mine. I don't know. But it didn't make sense. All the way leading up to that made no sense.
It didn't feel necessary. One time they hold hands, and then
it went anime art.
Yeah, and then they kiss. Like, but that's not why they stopped being friends.
Nope.
You know what I mean? And there's already an established cartoon where Velma has come out as gay. So, and they did that, I feel like, well and tastefully. And this just felt like, look, girls kissing. Haha, so cool.
Well, I mean, we opened it up with the first scene that was like, oh, look at all these girls in the shower. And here's the thing, they're all in high school. So, like, it feels real fucking gross. If I'm being
well,
if I'm
and
being
I got
honest.
that one because we're making a joke about it, right? I'm like,
yeah,
okay,
but we're not
it's not
Deadpool.
funny, right? It's not super funny, but I understand we're making a joke. Fine, whatever.
Again, I go back to they're all high schoolers.
Yeah,
that's why I said maybe it fulfilled a fantasy. Like, I mean, high school Michael was like, yeah, Velma and Daphne kissing, this works. But like, they're high schoolers. Like, I don't want to see a bunch of naked ass high schoolers. And in fact, the people that get excited about the scene, like, I would like them to go ahead and take a seat. I'm just gonna have a seat right there. No, I've watched it 3 times now. Both 2 episodes 3 times.
Okay.
Never once did I see, because like sometimes it's like, oh, maybe I missed something. I didn't miss anything. I think that they tried so hard to grasp and throw every trope or representation that they could into it that it felt empty. We tried so hard to be like, well, we've also got this, and oh no, we got this, and we've got this, and then it just felt like, all right, now it feels like maybe this doesn't make sense.
I feel like they weren't as if somebody was telling you a story without taking a breath.
Yeah,
we're just gonna keep hopping to the next. Like, we didn't really develop a lot. In fact, there were very clear scenes where it was like, do you want me to talk about how me and your daughter were best friends? And then we just stopped talking once she got, like, obvious exposition dump. How many episodes is it getting, like, that we're rushing Because honestly, you could have gave me a whole episode about Velma. We could have developed that. We could have moved to the next person, developed that. Next person, developed that, and so on. But instead, we got her dad who knocked up a waitress who actually owns the restaurant, and
Likes photography.
yeah. Oh no, she takes pictures of babies. That's how she pays for it. I'm like, what? That's not funny. That joke's not funny.
No, a lot of it was just
And for her to be like,
grasping.
oh my God. And it was that. I'm like, okay, we're rated R at this point. Let's fucking swing. The funniest thing you come up with was cute pictures of babies.
Yeah,
Um,
it was a big swing and a miss here, man, for me.
yeah.
But
I was excited to see it.
yeah, I
I
thought it
was
was gonna be
excited to
fun.
tell the naysayers, shut up, give it a moment, just try it for a second.
Agreed.
And now I had a sip and I was
No,
like,
I'm a naysayer. Yeah,
yeah.
no, I agree. It's
It's the cat. I really like the cast.
again, it just feels empty to me. Like it feels like there's nothing there to gain from watching it.
Yeah.
It's almost like fucking like I imagine I'm gonna get Rick and Morty here, where like there's gonna be a fan base that's gonna tell me I just don't know, like I just didn't look deep enough, like there's a deeper meaning to it.
It felt like they were trying to be very Rick and Morty.
Yeah,
And although that show is good, it's also really clever, but it's also made by people who are terrible fucking
piece
people
of
or
shit
whatever.
human beings. Yeah, it's really
Um,
unfortunate because I
so I
enjoyed that
guess
show.
if I have to choose, I'll choose Velma
Thank you,
over.
Mindy Kaling, for not being a garbage person yet. Oh, I put the yet. You never know.
Well, not to mention what you opened the conversation with. So there's that. If you want to throw that on there, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I didn't mind her, the Velma character, but it was sometimes movies have a rated R rating because of things that happen in the movie. Movies get rated R ratings, and they're like, okay, we're rated R. Let's really fucking dig
Amp it
into
up.
it. And that felt like this.
First, and this may be credit towards Velma. First, like maybe even season, but I would say for sure first 6 episodes of Harley Quinn, I felt that way. I was like, you're just stretching. You got the MA rating, and you're like, let's say cunt and let's say fucking shit, and it was like, all right, like, yay for you, I guess. Like this is fun, but like it didn't have substance. It just felt like we were just trying to do whatever we could because we got an MA rating.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Cleve, we got an MA rating the other day, so I can just do whatever I want now.
Did we?
No,
Oh, okay.
I rate us whatever I want to rate us. We're explicit, that's for sure.
NC-17.
I can't not swear, guys. I've tried.
That's a rare one. Yeah. I'm gonna keep watching this. I'm probably gonna let a couple episodes come out and then come back to it. Um,
It's a shame because of how well HBO's been doing.
I feel like I felt when I watched the first episode of Halo.
If you don't push the like and subscribe button, Cleve's gonna haunt you for the rest of his life. That's fair.
Where I'm like,
I'm
okay,
hostage. Like I gotta watch
thanks,
this.
thanks.
I didn't ask for
Yeah.
it. I wasn't expecting it. I'm now forced to watch it. Thank you.
I just feel like there's a lot of times where I'm like, I felt like I could do better. Maybe, maybe I could. I don't know. Give me a swing with property. Maybe I could. I don't know. Shit. We've
What
already
could
seen
they?
how.
What could they do to swing it around? Just in your head, is there something like they could do next episode to really bring you back in?
I don't know. I already don't like the paths that are set. I don't like the relationship between Daphne and Velma. It feels like
weak.
that's the thing to do that they did,
Yeah.
and not like we didn't even build to this. They knocked it out episode 2. You know what I mean? If this would have been something like Harley Quinn, if this would have been something that they would have built towards and then we achieved, maybe I'd feel differently.
Poor Norville just walked in on it. Was like, well, I'm out.
Sure. I did enjoy the episode recap, the like board and like it zoomed in. I thought that was kind of cool. Um, yeah, little jokes like, "Oh, this is my one sweater," and that's why they're always just. But like everybody's just safe. So what are we saying there?
How did you feel about Fred?
I didn't mind Fred. I I thought Fred added more than
It felt Scrappy
everybody.
Doo-ish.
A little
a
bit, yeah.
little Scrappy Doo-ish, like super over the top, and he's gonna be the villain for a little bit.
I like that he's this handsome guy. I like that he's got this huge insecurity that he has. I like that like we're trying to sell him as his baby child. He's like, I'll fucking kill everybody. I don't care. And then like, they're trying to get that to work for him.
Part of the reason I ask is because the alpha males out there are real upset about how he's being betrayed.
I know they are. That makes me a little bit more.
I wasn't sure.
That makes me a little bit more. How do you feel about Daphne's parents?
It didn't add anything, and then maybe it's because we don't know anything about Daphne other than like when she's like, I want to find out my real parents. But like, I think that's just it. Like that's what I mean is that all of it feels empty. It feels purposeless.
However, I do love Wanda Sykes, and she is one.
Yes. Agreed.
So put trust in there,
Like what they do towards the end when the kid's like, "Wait a minute, you weren't a student, you're a cop, but I loved you."
I thought it was funny, and then it got stupid when they threw that thing at Velma and Fred fucking caught it. Was like, "Stop!" and threw it back, and it cuts the guy's leg.
The guy like, oh, I didn't know.
And then like, it just. He's like, yay, and the leg's bleeding. And I'm like, this is losing me.
I don't know if you noticed, but when they're running from the cops, when they're dealing the drugs, she knocks him over and his foot falls off again. Yeah, I was like, all right. That is the epitome of the show. Is that it's like these weird jokes, these one-off. It's like Mindy Kaling's doing drunk stand-up right now. And she's just like, somebody fucking animate this. It'll be hilarious. And then like she starts telling a story.
I almost want to hear the pitch meeting for the show. What did you sell?
By Screen Rant?
And am I getting what you sold?
Yeah.
Pitch meeting's on its own channel now. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's true. I don't. In order to bring it around, I think we need linear closure. Like I think that it's okay to have other things happening, continuous mysteries happening. You watch any kind of mystery show. And this happens, we have as much as I don't like the SVU or any of the Law and Orders, like those are a good example to me. Like there is something happening, you get resolution in it, but there's still a consistent existence of a universe that is ever evolving.
Well, I was going to add to that there are shows where the name of the show is escaping me, but there is a big case, but we are working on small cases episode by episode as we also add to this bigger case. You know what I mean? So like,
Psych does a really good job of that.
Yeah, so you have that out there that you're trying to deal with, but hey, this case is in your lap right now, and I mean I get it. We're not even
introductory. Yeah, I get it, and that's what I'm saying.
We're not even the crew yet, right? Like these, as far as we know, Norville and Fred don't even know each other.
I don't think they ever are going to be the crew in this series. So when she intros it, it's very much, I want you guys to know the story of how we became who we became, and how I brought us all together, or whatever. And it's like this is all going to be solved by a murder. So I think we're going to have this murder where the girls are getting their brains taken is going to span the entire series.
Mm-hmm.
But I want some level of closure aside from them kissing, or that doesn't feel like that's just adding more.
Also, for me, I really enjoy when a mystery show has it to where you could have also solved it, and I don't think we're gonna get that either.
Oh yeah,
And
no.
it made me think of that because I have Velma pulled up like on Google, and it's categorized as mystery, but like
That's how they're.
it's just gonna be
Yeah, no, it's
like something silly, right? Like,
it's interesting, and it'll be chalked up to her anxiety, but like the occult level of it is interesting. Like it plays into how the original Scooby-Doo, we had ghosts that were wearing masks or whatever, and so yeah, I think it's gonna, in the end, it's gonna end up being something very real that just looked like it was something mysterious. Though that being said, the Scooby-Doo cartoon movie, Scoob, that was, I think, aliens or some shit. But anyway, no, I don't know. I just want something out of the show. I want it not to be a bunch of one-liner bits, and that's what it feels like right now.
that are unquotable right now, currently, as I
Currently,
sit
yeah,
here.
accurate. They're unquotable one-liner, empty, hollow one-liner. I genuinely think I can imagine Mindy Kaling sitting there with a pitch team, drinking and just trying to do stand-up and just being like, "This would be funny, huh?"
But what if this happened?
Yeah. And then they're just fucking animating it as she's going. And again, she's talented. Like I actually liked Mindy Project, and I liked her in The Office. And she wrote a lot of those episodes for The Office.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind her work. I don't think I've ever listened to her stand up, but I don't mind her work. And
I can't think of things that I've seen her in, besides this and the mini project that I mentioned, where I'm like, I enjoyed her character. I enjoyed her character in Ocean's 8, and that wasn't even a good movie. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's not like I'm against her. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes when she's got the full go ahead, it doesn't.
Come together for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's just it. Like I said, nothing's being formed here. It's like you were given a box of Legos and there was no fucking end game on it. It was just like, here's a bunch of square blocks, have fun, and you couldn't make a rocket ship out of it. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's so far not really feeling it. Not super excited. I think Stargirl season 1 might have been better. But I'll continue to watch it.
A swing at the show there, man.
You heard it here first. Stargirl was better.
And you know what? The show's got star power.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. We'll just see where it goes. I hate to watch 2 episodes of a show and be like, this is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
And then I'm never gonna watch it again.
But
so I probably am gonna.
No, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
So I probably am gonna watch it again. But I mean, like, you're supposed to give 2 episodes to me for me to go. Fuck, I can't wait.
These are supposed to be the hook. This is supposed to be what drags you in. I am curious. I am curious to see what they do with Norville, the Norville character. People were super upset about it when they first saw him.
Yeah.
Because heaven forbid we have a black Shaggy. But he's not Shaggy. Or maybe he will be Shaggy. Like maybe that is what he ends up becoming. Because they keep referencing the fact that he's like, I don't smoke pot. Oh, those damn stoners. And I wrote a Little Wayne blog once.
He's very against it. I wonder if, like, he'll have some maybe on accident and then he's like hooked and now he's
Shaggy
the guy. Or maybe we just want a fucking black guy that gets high all the time because that's also super fair.
Katie brought that up because I was like, oh, why? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, it just seems weird. And Katie's like, well, like, maybe they don't want to have the black guy be the one that's fucking stoned all the time. I'm like, yeah, all right.
And also, to be fair, like, it's not like canon
Oh
that
yeah,
he's
no,
blooded,
fair.
right?
That's fair.
Except for the movies. I think the movies are like super like they come out of the rooms and fucking vapes behind them and shit. But
That's fair. In the cartoons, no, they never once said it, but it was during the hippie
he
era,
was
and
just
they
always
definitely
hungry and yeah, he was
he was eating
scruffy.
dog food.
Yeah, the Belchers eat dog food, right? Or cat food. One or the
The
other.
Belchers are a different breed.
Word.
But yeah, so we will continue to watch it, and maybe we'll start tweeting about how much we love it. You guys will be able to find us on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and Twitch and just everywhere.
All the
Just
things.
Friendship Supreme. Anywhere you guys can hear a podcast, we're Friendship Supreme. Only place it's not spelled Friendship Supreme the way you see behind my head, or if you're at home, the way you would spell friendship and the word supreme would be Twitter. That one has no I's in the word friendship. Because all eyes should be on your two best friends, Michael and Cleve. One time, there was a Stephanie. Where she went, we don't know. It's a fucking mystery. It's about as much of a mystery as we're the funny.
We're gonna solve it.
I appreciated the DC, since we're DC property, right? I appreciated the DC Enchantress transformation she had with the ghoul when it held her hand and then turned over, and
I really like that whole. She could have been a normal girl just with this anxiety, and I think I would have liked her a lot more. The fucking eating fries out of the trash. Why are we doing? Why are we eating fries out of the trash?
because why not? Trash fries are the best fries.
I mean, I don't get me wrong. I laughed when the dad was like, "I saw you eat a French fry out of the vacuum, so maybe don't judge me right now." But then like, I was like, "Ha ha ha." But then like she ate one out of the trash. I'm like, it's weird, right? That's a weird. All right, I'm rooting for this character, the main one. Anyway,
Check back with us to see if this show gets any better, guys. I've been Michael.
this is Cleve. Go, 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 ganja.